Hey guys, I'm Mr. Speaks, and welcome to the update video on Roblox Voice Chat. As you probably know, Roblox has officially started rolling out Spatial Voice Chat. Only a few people had access to Spatial Voice Chat beforehand, but now anyone can have it. In order to gain access to Spatial Voice Chat, you must be over the age of 13. You also have to verify via ID, passport, or a driver's license. To start the verification process, you must go under your settings, then go to account info. The verification process is held on a third-party site. Many people don't trust it. However, I read a little bit on it and think it's safe. I generally think Roblox Voice Chat is a very cool feature with lots of potential. But let's see what others think of it. Hello, Bricky. Can I ask you a couple questions about Roblox Voice Chat?
Yeah,
Alright, great. How do you feel about Roblox Spatial Voice Chat?
I really like it. It reminds me of Among Us. The proximity voice chat mods that link to Discord. It reminds me of those, and those are really fun.
How do you feel about underage players sneaking their way into Roblox by using like a parent's ID, a fake ID?
I think that is really, really wrong. Um, that's actually probably illegal.
Why do you trust this third party application with your personal information?
Um, well, I honestly like developing on Roblox, so I would like to take it further into a career. If I'm gonna trust this company in the future, and I've trusted it with like game gift cards and like a bunch of money in the past, I mean, what else can I not trust them with? I mean, the worst that could possibly happen is like a data leak, and even at that, I mean, it depends on what form of credibility you use in the age verification.
How do you feel about the Roblox spatial voice chat feature?
Honestly, it has its pros and cons, but for the most part, it's a really good feature, especially with the thing where like they make you verify your age. So because like a lot of the topics being talked about on here are like very sensitive. So
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about underage players sneaking their way into voice chat by using like a fake ID or their parents' ID or something?
right. Honestly, I think it's inevitable because children are at the end of the day they're very curious, so like they will do anything just to know what's going on. But my problem with that is because they could get groomed and they could get exposed to things at a very young age, and that is not good for them because they don't know how to understand things yet. They don't know how the world works yet. The environment here is supposed to be a bit mature with like a lot of like sensitive topics going around, especially with like how life is very chaotic and stuff. So I feel like children, like underage children especially, shouldn't really not be here because it's just, you know, it's not good for them.
Why do you trust the third party application with your personal information?
Actually, that's a really good question, but like verify, right? Verify, right? Being the website. But honestly, if if there's like a breach in like privacy and stuff, like if they like don't delete, like they harvest the data and stuff, I really like don't care because at the end of the day, like everyone can like find this kind of information if they look hard enough. Like everything on my ID is like public. Like it's something that like I can show some like a police officer or something like my ID and not care. But I can show a random person my ID and not care because it's public information. It doesn't really have anything private in it. Like unless you're going to take my ID, it doesn't really matter, right? Because at this point, what are you risking, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that's really just what I think.
What do you think of Roblox spatial voice chat?
Definitely has made Roblox 1,000 times more fun for me, bro. I'm gonna be real with you.
Do you think the verification process is a little extra?
Yes, 100%. Very extra.
Yeah. And what do you think of like younger kids using like their parents' IDs or just a fake ID in general to gain access to the feature? You think it ruins like the environment?
That's definitely an issue, especially because you got people like me who don't really give a fuck, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like I just want to go say stuff without having to worry about like ruining little kids' minds.
Yeah, it's meant for more of a mature audience. It's not like a it's not meant for like 9-year-olds, you know, to run around and like say some stuff. Hello, Omega. Can I ask you some questions?
Yeah, you may.
How do you feel about Roblox voice chat?
I feel like it was very poorly implemented, right? So what happened was they're like, okay, here's an age verification. I think they implemented it like 2-3 weeks earlier. We had some idea what it was. It was like some sort of beta testing for voice chat, and then suddenly the bomb dropped. So you wait in line for about 50,000 other users for about 20 minutes, which is fine. And then the verification process is really bad because with the ID card, all you need is a photo of your parent's ID card and then a photo of your parent, which most parents would be willing to do, or just like an older friend. It's not a strong verification process, and this would be fine if Roblox wasn't a problematic place. But especially with kids, like I mean, it's not as prevalent as other games, but it's pretty obvious that there's like a problem here, and like there's a really nasty doxing community and self harm community. It's just like it seems so rush, and for like reporting people for misusing the feature, like if they're doing bad stuff, it's like instead of having a report feature for voice chat, they're thinking about implementing an AI, I think, which has been very quiet about too. But you have to dig into their terms of service, and they have a very niche website for a very specific subsection. They're like, if anyone's abusing, quote unquote, abusing the VC, report them here, and it's like just so vague. Like it just seemed very rushed in my opinion. I feel like already like kids are already liable to danger.
Why do you trust the third party verifier with your private information?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say trust. Like personally, I wouldn't use any third party or Roblox, but it's just out of necessity, right? I like to socialize with people. Like it's pretty obvious that that Roblox has some sort of marketing ties with China, and I mean, just even using like platforms like Google, pretty much all of your information is getting collected, your IP, the sites you visit. I think the verification thing is just a more blunt way of collecting data. Google's going to figure it all out anyway. So 99% of Roblox users aren't using Pale Moon and VPNs all the time when they're on the internet. So I don't think I think the people who are complaining are the ones whose information is already out there. The people who are like really on top of that stuff, they don't even use Roblox. They don't even use Google because pretty much everyone knows that these are all spyware. I think it's a problem people make when they're unaware of how much information people already know. Like unless you're someone who is seriously on top of that stuff and like uses VPN all the time to browsing, uses Tor, like etc. It's essentially just the same difference as just showing your ID.
What do you think about Roblox spatial voice chat?
Uh, I don't know like what there really is to think. Like, I mean, voice chat's like I think it's pretty good, but like I feel like it's like maybe they should make it more than just proximity chat.
Yeah, like
Like I don't know,
global.
like yeah, like something like that. Like maybe they could have like voice comms like in like games and stuff. Like with like team chat and stuff like that. That would be cool. Like I know right now it just seems like a method for like e-daters and stuff like that. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, and those people that just spam their soundboards and all that.
Yeah, I know. It's like the most unfunny thing ever. I hate it.
So, why do you trust third party applications with your personal information?
Uh, I don't know. I'm just too lazy to like look into like what's taking my information and stuff. So, like I just like I don't know. Like if I need to do it, like oh I want to gain access to something. I just give them my information. I'm like okay, I'll do it.
Yeah, like I'm gonna take my chances.
Yeah, why not? Like
Risk taker. Okay.
what's the worst that can happen? Like my house blows up.
Yeah, I guess so. Hello, Deadshot. Can I ask you a couple questions about Roblox voice chat?
Yes, for sure.
Okay, awesome. How do you feel about Roblox Voice Chat as a new feature to the platform?
Well, I think it's kind of weird because there's a lot of little kids, you know,
Yeah.
just weirdos online.
Yeah, it could pose
Like
like a
myself.
danger to them.
Yeah.
How do you trust third-party applications with your personal information, like your ID or passport or whatever you use to verify?
Well, when I verified my account, I thought it was kind of weird, but I just don't really care.
How do you Wait, you already kind of answered this, but I'm going to ask it anyways. How do you feel about underage players sneaking their way into the voice chat feature by using a fake ID or their parents' ID?
Well, I think it's kind of weird, but it happens. I was playing GTA when I was like 12, so
Yeah.
to each their own.
Yeah, I mean, you got to learn somehow.
Yeah, they'll pick up some stuff, maybe not good stuff, but it happens. I get away from me.
Yeah. How do you feel about the verification process? Do you think it's a little extra having to show your ID and then take a selfie and like all of that?
Well, the ID part wasn't really like it wasn't really bothering me. I don't like taking pictures.
Oh, so it was the selfie you
Probably the
didn't
selfie
like.
part, yeah. Like I scanned my ID, then it just swapped to my camera, and then I kind of threw up a little bit
Yeah.
because I'm ugly, and I play Valorant.
How do you see it like negatively affecting the platform via like lawsuits, pedophilia, just like issues in general?
Oh well, I think pedophilia bad.
Of
All right,
course.
so first of all, yeah, have to preface that. But I think that's always gonna be here. You can't really stop it. You could try.
Yeah,
But
you can try and prevent it.
yeah. Also, like, obviously there's gonna be some bullying. Like everything, which is all right. Some people deserve to get bullied, but it just builds character. But everything else is kind of weird.
It just builds
Like-
character.
Like the e-daters, the role players. I personally don't do that.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, thank you for letting me ask you some questions on this. You're cool if I upload this on YouTube, right?
Sure.
All right, that's great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Personally, I think that the requirements are necessary to keep Roblox civil and in order, but that's just me. Let me know what you think in the comment section below if you made it to the end of the video. I appreciate it.